Hey everyone. So in this video I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what the Wahls protocol consists of. So I'm doing the Wahls protocol plus. There's three. There's one that is not so strict, another one that's a little bit more strict, and the third one is the Wahls protocol plus, which is for people who have an autoimmune problem. So I'm doing the last one, the Wahls protocol plus, because I had to go all in because the symptoms were coming. I was getting sick, so I needed to control this as much as I could. And I want to let you know what the diet consists of and what I'm doing. I will leave a list at the end of the video explaining what things you can eat, so maybe that can give you a little bit of help. Terry recommends to drink 1 can of coconut milk or coconut cream. I usually go for the coconut cream. 1 can of coconut cream is too much for my body. You have to be a little bit careful with fats, because if you're not used to consuming a lot of fats, your body starts feeling it. So I was feeling it in my stomach, like on my right side of my stomach. I felt like something was going on. It was hurting. I wasn't feeling good. You know, my shoulder started hurting. I would get so tired and I didn't know what it was. So I started cutting back on the fat and doing it slowly. So right now I'm half a can of fat. So good fats, you know, coconut cream, you know, from the can, because if you buy the carton ones, usually they come with sugar. And olive oil, any vegetable oil, she recommends you eating it cold, because then if you heat it up, it turns into trans fat. And MCT oil, you can put some MCT oil in your drink, about 4 tablespoons, she recommends. And lard as well, any animal, ghee. I do ghee, sometimes I do lard, and definitely I do coconut cream. Also avocados. Avocados are a really good source of fats, so I do that. I really don't measure or count how much fat I'm consuming. I'm just going by the can. So she recommends for people who have an autoimmune 1 full can of coconut cream. So I'm a half, so I know I need another half. So I would eat like an avocado, or in my dressing I'll put some olive oil. So I'm not too strict on that. I do it slowly, little by little, so my body can get used to it. And I do notice when I eat a little bit more fat, I can feel it. So I try to just be careful with that, and do it slow. Also nuts. Should be honest, I eat like half a cup, if not even more, of nuts. I love pecans. I love pistachios. I love them so much. But I have to be careful, you know. She recommends 1/4 of a cup a day. So I try to cut back, but you know, it helps me. It helps me feel full, and it helps me with my cravings. Oh my gosh, I couldn't remember. So it helps me with my cravings. So 1/4 cup a day of nuts. Also, she recommends fermented food. 1/4 cup a day or more of fermented food, like kimchi. I still cannot get used to kimchi. I don't know much about fermented food, but I do eat jalapenos with vinegar. I don't know if that would be considered fermented food, but I do make a whole bunch of jalapenos, and I put onions, mushrooms, garlic, and cauliflower with vinegar and water, and I can show you in another video. I cook them and then I store them, and that's what I like to eat in the morning, like pickled jalapenos, I guess. And that's what we have in the mornings with our eggs. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm still trying to get the hang of that side. Also, she recommends 1 serving a day of seaweed. Seaweed. I really don't do 1 serving a day of seaweed, but I do eat seaweed. So the next one, she recommends 6 to 12 ounces of meat. I cannot do 6 to 12 ounces just yet. Probably more 12. I really don't know. I really don't weigh it. I was weighing it back in the day before, but I'm not weighing it now. And so I eat meat as much as I need to feel satisfied. So I'm doing this because you know, I cut off so much of my diet. I restricted myself so much. So I used to drink Coca-Cola, I used to eat ice cream, cake, anything that has sugar, anything that had chocolate. Oh, I loved it. Cream, I mean, cheese, milk, you name it. You know, I loved all of that. And so I had to cut all of that. So I feel like I can't restrict myself from meat. So I'm not doing that right now. I don't know, maybe in the future, I don't know. It's actually pretty easy. I feel like my body feels good. So I do eat a lot of vegetables, and so vegetables and meat, you know, I feel like I'm doing good right there. She also recommends organ meats. Now this is a little bit easier for me because, you know, if I want to go out, I'll eat some tacos de tripa. I think they're called tripe, I don't know. And I'll just leave off the tortilla and add some salsa, and it's delicious. But I also have to be careful because tripa has a lot of fat, and if I eat a lot of coconut cream, then I feel sluggish, then I feel very tired, so I know I consumed a lot of fat. So, you know, if I know I'm going to eat tacos de tripa, then I'll cut down on the fat that I do at home. And cow tongue. We love cow tongue. So we do tacos de tongue. We do tacos of cow tongue. And the same, I don't eat it with tortilla. My family does, but I don't. And then I'll just put salsa and I'll eat my vegetables, and it's delicious. Now liver and heart, that's a little bit harder for me. My husband's cooking it, and so I'll eat it. So he's helping me with that. Also, Terry Wahls recommends 3 cups of leafy greens. 3 cups of leafy greens, and you know, if I don't do a big salad, I would rather drink it in a smoothie, in green juice. So I'll just get my blender, put all my greens in there, and I add frozen strawberries, and I'll add a piece of lemon or lime with the skin. No seed, because the seed can be toxic if you blend it up. And I drink that. So if I'm in a rush or I'm going to somebody's house, then I'll do my green juice and I'll drink that, and then I know I have my greens ready. Or I do myself a big salad. So now, before I never ate greens, or even if I went to a restaurant, I would never order a salad. I'm like, what a waste of money. But now it's different. Now I do eat a lot of salad. I do eat a lot of greens. Vegetables, I love them. You get to love them. You get to enjoy it. And so that's where I'm at right now. Like, I'm craving vegetables. It sounds kind of funny, but you know, it feels great and I'm feeling great. So I do that. And then sulfur foods, so like onions, mushroom, cabbage, broccoli, you know, I cook them on the side with my meals, or when I make my jalapenos in vinegar, I add cauliflower. And then when I make chicken soup, I'll add cabbage, or I'll chop off some onions with some lemon, you know, and just let them there sit for a while, and it's really good. So I feel like I'm consuming a lot of greens, and I feel like I'm on the safe side there. Also, Terry recommends 1 cup of fruit for the Wahls Paleo Plus. 1 cup of berries, so strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, all the berries, because they are low in carbs. And I do 1 to 2 cups a day because I was losing a lot of weight. I'm at a good weight now, my normal weight that I should be, but I had to eat a little bit more fruit, and I love fruit, so I rather eat a little bit more fruit to not lose so much weight, because I did lose a lot of weight. And I've always had like a stomach, it would never go down. Even when I was doing the traditional keto diet, it would never go down. And with this style of living that I'm doing now, with this way of eating that I'm doing now, my stomach has gone. So it's completely gone, which is awesome. But also I had my curves, and those are gone too. But you know, if you feel great and you're not in pain, nothing else matters. But you know, I rather feel better than anything. And so this style of eating is a little bit tough. It's tough. So I would say more it's for somebody who has an autoimmune disease, because if you're in pain, if you're suffering from something and you eat this way and you feel marvelous and you feel way better, then it's going to be easier for you to follow this. Because, you know, I'm sick, and last time I ate a piece of cheese, I got sick. I felt it. I felt that it was not good for me. So now I'm like, okay, I know I'm not supposed to eat that, and if I eat that, I know what's going to happen to me, and I'm not going to feel good, and I'd rather feel great than not feeling good and eating something that I'm not supposed to. So, you know, I'm still in a trial and error, trying to learn and trying to see what helps me with my body and what works for me. But I'm not perfect. You have to be careful, because you can obsess over this. And, you know, I try not to worry. So if I go out to eat, you know, and they use a certain oil, or if they heat it up, you know, it's fine. Nothing happens. I'm good. If I get a salad and I forgot to ask for no cheese, I'll just brush it to the side. And if I eat a couple, then, you know, no big deal. But, you know, it's the thing that if you get a piece of cheese and you just eat it, then, you know, that's what I did, and that's what happened. So, you know, I try to be lenient on the little stuff that I feel is not a big problem, because I did restrict and I left a lot of things that I was eating that were not good out of my life, and it was so hard. It was really, really hard. But like I said, you know, it was my health feeling better, or it was eating something that I really want at that moment and not feeling good for days. So this is where I had to come down to and be like, you know what? This is good for me. I'm going to eat this. And so I'm craving vegetables. I'm just learning how to cook them more and make nice salads, because before I never really made salads. And so I'm learning how to do that. Terry also doesn't recommend, do not eat gluten, bread, you know, cakes, no processed food, no eggs, no dairy, no milk, and no sugar. So I use xylitol and monk fruit as my sweetener, and I use very little, like probably half a teaspoon or less, or teaspoon. So I don't use a lot. Before, I was doing the keto diet, like the traditional, and I would make myself, you know, like keto cookies, and I would make myself, you know, use a lot of the cream cheese and the half and half and heavy cream, but I didn't know that was affecting me. So it causes inflammation in your body, and I did not know. So when I cut all of that out, I felt great. So I hope this helps you guys a little bit in understanding how this lifestyle is, and some ideas, and I'll leave some recipes. Well, I'll show you guys what I cook at the end of this video, and I also will leave the list so you guys can have and what to eat. I also want to let you guys know I do intermittent fasting. So I'll eat 2 times a day, maybe sometimes 3. And I'll eat breakfast from 10 a.m. My last meal will be at 5 p.m. and then I'll fast all through the night till the next morning, 16 hours. Or you can do like a 12-hour fast from 7 a.m. You eat last meal 7 p.m. and then you fast all the night. So it's very important you do intermittent fasting, because your body is not working at breaking down the food, and it's healing itself. So very important to do that. It took me 6 months to do this intermittent fasting. So take it nice and slow. But if you are sick, you know, maybe you want to do it faster. I did this when I started the keto diet. So I've been doing this a while now. All right then, well, thanks for tuning into my channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao. So I'm making some eggs. These are 3 eggs, and I'm having it with salsa verde and my green juice. And then I'm having nopalitos with chicharrones and salsa verde, which is delicious. And I ate this with some guacamole. And then I like to have my coffee in the afternoon, or both in the morning. And I just have coffee, coconut cream, vanilla, cinnamon, and I just blend it in the blender.